My beloved child, come a little closer. I know how firm you have become, how controlled, how careful, how guarded. Not because you wanted to be, but because softness once felt unsafe. There was a time when being gentle cost you, when being open invited pain, when being soft meant being hurt. So you adapted, you tightened, you learned restraint, you learned to protect yourself. By staying composed, you stopped reaching out. With your whole heart, you stopped relaxing fully into moments of closeness. You learned to stay slightly withdrawn, even when you were present. This did not make you cold. It made you careful. It helped you survive what you could not control. But beloved, survival is not the same as living, and hardening, while useful in danger, becomes heavy in safety. I see how your body stays firm, how your shoulders remain lifted, how your chest does not fully open, how your breath stops short of softness, not because you don't want peace, but because peace feels unfamiliar without armor. You think softness will undo you, that if you soften, you will lose your edge, that if you become gentle, you will be taken advantage of. But listen to me gently now. You did not become hard. Because you were strong, you became hard. Because you were hurt. And what was learned in pain does not need to remain forever. You were never created to live in a clenched state. You were created to respond freely, to feel deeply, to rest openly. But your body remembers what your heart endured. So it stays guarded even when no one is attacking. This is not wrong, but it is not required anymore. I am not asking you to drop all boundaries. I am inviting you to lay down the armor that is no longer needed. Softness does not mean exposure. It means responsiveness. It means allowing yourself to feel again without bracing. It means letting your guard lower without letting danger in. You have confused softness with vulnerability because vulnerability once hurt. But softness is different. Softness is strength. That does not need to push. Gentleness is power. That does not need to dominate. I am gentle, and I am not weak. I am soft with you, and nothing is lost. Come closer. There is more I want to show you about the difference between being soft and being unprotected. My beloved child, stay with me for a moment longer. I want to speak gently to the fear that rises when you hear the word soft, because somewhere along the way, softness became dangerous to you. it became associated with loss, with exposure, with being hurt. So your body learned a shortcut. If I am soft, I will be wounded. If I am gentle, I will be taken. If I relax, something bad will happen. Beloved, this belief did not come from nowhere. It came from experience, from moments when openness was met with pain, from times when trust was not honored, from seasons when your heart reached out and was not met with care. So your body concluded that softness and vulnerability were the same thing, but they are not. And this misunderstanding has been keeping you armored long after the danger passed. Softness is not exposure. Softness is responsiveness. Vulnerability is being open without protection. Softness is being open with discernment. You think softness means letting everything in, but softness is not about lowering all boundaries. It is about choosing which boundaries can relax. You have learned to stay firm everywhere because it once felt safer than deciding where to soften. But constant firmness is not safety. It is fatigue. Beloved, softness does not mean you stop noticing. It does not mean you stop discerning. It does not mean you stop protecting what is sacred. Softness means you stop bracing against life as if it is always about to strike. It means you allow yourself to feel without assuming harm. It means you let your body respond naturally instead of staying clenched by default. I am gentle with you, and I am not unguarded. I am soft, and I am not unsafe. Look at me. I do not move through the world with armor. I do not harden my heart to remain powerful. My gentleness is not weakness. It is clarity. It is strength that knows when to yield and when to stand. Softness is the ability to bend without breaking. Hardness breaks because it cannot adapt. Gentleness endures because it can move. Your body learned to stiffen to avoid pain. But stiffness does not prevent injury. It only prevents feeling. And feeling was never the enemy. Being overwhelmed was the enemy. So your system shut down softness to survive overload. But now the danger has passed, and the armor is still on. You are not wrong for this, but you are allowed to change it. Softness does not mean you make yourself available to those who harm you. It means you allow yourself to be available to life again, to warmth, to safety, to presence. It means You let your shoulders drop. When nothing is being demanded, it means you let your breath deepen. When no threat is present, it means you let your face relax. When you are not being judged, softness is selective. It is intelligent. It listens. Vulnerability throws the door open without checking who is there. Softness opens a window when the air is safe. You have been keeping everything closed because you confuse openness with danger. But not every opening is an invitation to be heard. Some openings are invitations to heal. I am not asking you to soften everywhere. I am asking you to soften here with me in this moment where nothing is required, where nothing is demanded, where nothing is being taken. Notice how your body responds when you consider this. The slight hesitation, the subtle fear, the reflex to tighten. This reflex is not intuition. It is habit, a habit formed when softness did not feel supported. But you are supported now. I am not rushing you. I am not pulling the armor away. I am inviting you to loosen it, one small place at a time. Start with the breath. Allow it to be a little slower without monitoring it. Allow your chest to soften without checking for consequences. Allow your jaw to unclench without apologizing. Nothing bad happens. The world does not rush in. Pain does not suddenly appear. This is softness. Safe softness. Gentle softness. Softness held within presence. You are not becoming vulnerable by feeling safe. You are becoming regulated. You are allowing your nervous system to learn a new truth. That softness does not equal danger. That gentleness does not invite harm. That openness can exist within safety. You do not need to stay hard, to stay whole. You do not need to stay guarded, to stay wise. You do not need to stay clenched, to stay alive. You can let gentleness return without losing yourself. I am here to hold the space. While you remember how, stay with me. There is something deeper still I want to show you about the strength hidden inside gentleness. My beloved child, come a little closer still. I want to speak to the part of you that once knew gentleness. Before life taught you to harden, there was a time when your responses were natural, when you didn't calculate every reaction, when you didn't brace before every feeling, when your body moved without suspicion. That gentleness was not weakness, it was alignment. It was your system functioning as it was designed to function. But gentleness did not survive. the seasons that demanded armor. So it went quiet, not gone, just hidden. You learned to associate gentleness with naivety, with being unprepared, with being overrun. So you replaced it with control, with vigilance, with restraint. And people told you that you were strong. They admired your composure. They praised your endurance. They relied on your stability. But no one asked what it cost you to stay that way. Beloved, gentleness is not the absence of strength. It is strength that is not afraid of itself. It is strength that does not need to prove anything. It is power that has learned how to listen. Gentleness moves with discernment. It responds instead of reacts. It knows when to lean in and when to step back. Hardness pushes. Gentleness adapts. Hardness resists. Gentleness yields. Without losing ground, you think gentleness means you will be overpowered, but gentleness is how roots grow, quietly, deeply, unseen. Roots do not force the earth open. They move through it. They find space. They adapt to resistance without breaking themselves. This is strength. You have been living as if only force sustains life, but force exhausts. Gentleness sustains. Force demands. Gentleness invites. Force keeps you upright through tension. Gentleness keeps you upright through balance. I see how you hold yourself, how you manage your tone, how you regulate your reactions, how you keep yourself measured at all times. This is not gentleness. This is control. Gentleness is not restraint. It is freedom, guided by wisdom. When you are gentle, you are not numb. You are present. You are not withdrawn. You are attuned. You are not passive. You are responsive. Gentleness allows you to feel fully without being overwhelmed. It allows you to care deeply without losing yourself. It allows you to engage with life without armoring against it. You forgot this, not because you were careless, but because you were protecting yourself, and protection was necessary then. But now, protection has become habit, and habit has replaced truth. Gentleness does not make you small. It makes you accurate. Accurate in your responses, accurate in your energy, accurate in your boundaries. Hardness is blunt. Gentleness is precise. Hardness treats everything as a threat. Gentleness knows the difference between danger and discomfort. You have been treating discomfort as danger, so you tightened, you withdrew, you controlled. But discomfort is not always harm. Sometimes it is growth. Sometimes it is tenderness, returning to a place that forgot how to feel. Gentleness allows you to feel that difference, to stay present without panicking, to soften without disappearing, to be open without being invaded. I am gentle and I walk with authority. I do not need to raise my voice to be heard. I do not need to force my will to be powerful. My gentleness moves mountains because it is rooted in truth. You were made in this image, not the image of constant defense, but the image of responsive strength. You are allowed to let your voice soften without losing clarity. You are allowed to let your body relax without losing stability. You are allowed to let your heart open without losing wisdom. Gentleness is not something you must learn. It is something you must remember. It is already within you, waiting, patient, unrushed, and it does not require you to dismantle your boundaries to return. It only asks you to stop clenching when no one is attacking, to stop bracing when nothing is being taken, to stop guarding when you are already safe. Gentleness is how you come back into harmony with yourself. It is how your body remembers that it does not need to stay alert to stay alive. It is how your heart remembers that connection does not always cost pain. It is how your spirit remembers that you were never meant to move through the world with armor always on. You do not need to become someone new. You only need to stop suppressing what is already true. Gentleness does not rush, so neither will I. Stay with me. There is one last invitation that brings all of this together, and it will not ask you to do anything except come home. My beloved child, you can come back now, not by effort, not by force, not by trying to become soft, just by allowing yourself to stop resisting it. Softness was never lost. It stepped back so you could survive. It waited quietly while you learned how to endure, and now it is waiting for permission to return. You do not need to dismantle your defenses all at once. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. You do not need to justify why you are tired of being hard. You can come back slowly, gently, at the pace your body trusts. Softness is not a destination. It is a posture, a way of being present without bracing, a way of responding without flinching, a way of resting without scanning the room. You have been living as if you must stay ready, ready for disappointment, ready for conflict, ready for loss. But readiness is not required. When nothing is attacking, and nothing is attacking you here, with me, you are not being evaluated. You are not being measured. You are not being asked to perform strength. You are being invited to rest into yourself. Notice what happens when you stop holding your breath. Notice the subtle softening in your shoulders. Notice the way your jaw loosens without instruction. Notice how your body responds to safety before your mind agrees. This is not imagination. This is your nervous system remembering what it feels like to not be on guard, remembering what it feels like to be met, not managed. You can let your edges soften without becoming exposed. You can open your chest without inviting harm. You can feel deeply without being overwhelmed. I am not asking you to trust the world. I am asking you to trust this moment, to trust that right now you are held, that nothing is being demanded, that nothing is being taken, that nothing needs to be proven. Softness does not rush you. It does not hurry your healing. It does not shame your pace. It stays patient, kind. It meets you exactly where you are. You may feel resistance, a reflex to tighten, a thought that says, "This won't last." That reflex is old. You do not need to fight it. Just let it pass through without obeying it. Softness is not fragile. It is resilient. It bends. It adapts. It remains. Hardness cracks under pressure. Softness distributes it. Softness allows weight to pass through without lodging inside. This is why your body longs for it. This is why your breath deepens when you allow it. This is why your heart feels relief instead of fear. You are not becoming weaker. By returning to softness, you are becoming more accurate, more present, more aligned with how you were made. You were never designed to live clenched. You were designed to respond, to receive, to feel, to rest. Come back to softness, not as a risk, but as a home you carry inside your own body, a home that does not disappear when life becomes loud, a home that remains even when circumstances change. I will not push you into softness. I will walk with you as you remember it. I will hold the space as you learn what it feels like to not brace, to not prepare, to not harden. You do not need to become gentle. You already are. You only need to stop pushing it away. Stay here a little longer. Let the quiet settle. Let the softness spread. at its own pace. Let your body learn that it is safe to be as it is. I am with you, not as a demand, not as a test, but as a presence, steady, kind, unmoving. You can come back to softness with me, and you can stay. Rest now.